I appear to have a consistent connection. Let me start again. I'm sorry about this. 10 minutes into my 2-hour slot, but we'll make it up. I'll kill faster or something, or whatever we play. So this is my 2-hour slot for, as you can see, the Caring from the Cloud Super Stadia Extravaganza. Ignore everything I may or may not have said over the last 11 minutes because you probably only got a couple of seconds of it, so I'll whip through this really quickly. I didn't know what charity to choose until a few days ago, and I found out through, in fact, through a third party that a dear, very dear old friend of mine had actually died from prostate cancer, who I had been there through my entire working life. He was a mentor of mine, and honestly, I've learned a huge amount in terms of confidence in business through that guy. He was a legend, and sadly to hear that not only had he gone, but I'd missed his funeral as well because I knew nothing of it, particularly stuck in my throat. So I've decided to support Prostate Cancer UK. Now the link that you see down here is actually to another friend of mine who's also battling the disease right now, and he's doing an initiative, so I thought we'd just put the money through his initiative. It's a bona fide one. It goes straight to Prostate Cancer UK. Very quickly, I think about 10% of men globally will go down with prostate cancer. In countries where the consumption of red meat is high, yes, that's you, I'm afraid, America and South America, the incidence is a lot higher. It goes up as high as 60% for men over 65. Only second to lung cancer. So it is a nasty disease. If caught on time, it's curable though, and this is about awareness. So get yourselves over to Prostate Cancer UK's website. Just put it in Google. Loads of information there about keeping an eye on things, and of course, prevention is better than cure. So read up on good, healthy living. That's all I would say. Anyway, enough of that. Thank you for joining. We're live. Let's crack on. Meanwhile, back in OBS, I happen to have a slightly smaller version of the screen. Here we go, with games and stuff. I don't know if I'm kind of, I don't have the confidence to get rid of this YouTube screen now. It's covering my Stadia screen. But you guys will tell me, won't you, in the chat if I suddenly disappear. I'm going to minimize myself. Thank you so much for joining. It's great to see you all here. Cloud Gaming Dad, Vivi Plays. I appreciate your time, fellas. Really do. So I don't know what I'm going to play. You know, the thing is this. I've got my trusty Founders controller, one of about 4 I think I've got now. I really want to play Far Cry 6 because I'm into it, but everybody's playing Far Cry 6, and Jon Scarr, who set all this up, is actually going to be playing Far Cry 6 when I finish in a couple of hours, or just under a couple of hours' time. So I don't know whether I ought to, really. It feels a bit wrong. What do you guys think? I mean, you can see what I've been playing recently. I just want to say that Spirit Lucky's Big Adventure is there because I need to test all these stuff. But I'm happy to play whatever you guys want me to play. Control I've played before, Mafia 3 I've finished before, Wildlands I've finished, Destiny I've finished. Destiny 2 says Unatrix. Yeah, I'm happy to play Destiny 2. Let's start with Destiny 2 because I haven't actually done a huge amount for this week. And I'll explain why when it launches. Now, let's see. I'm going to just shut up so that I can make sure I've got the audio levels correct for the game. Celeste. We will come back to Celeste. You guys tell me if you can hear the when it starts. It's coming. Because I can't hear it. There you go. Got to press A. D. Controller linked. Can you hear the kind of the sounds of Stadia? Your mic is muted. Yeah, well, there you go. I may have the sound down quite a bit on Destiny. When I play the game, I tend to turn off the music and everything. There we go. Here comes the music. Oh, it went as quick as it came. Hang on, let's get rid of these messages. Stadia sounds can be heard. Thank you, my friend. I've got them down. I've got them turned down in my headphones. So here we go. Right. Awesome. These are my three characters. I've always played with all three characters. I've tended to lead with my main, as they call it in the gaming parlance, but I try and keep the other two fairly close in light level. So 1338 at the moment is my hunter. I've played hunter as my main now for most of Destiny 2. The whole of Destiny 1, though, it was warlock, and my dear little Titan never got a look in. Because I always kind of felt he was a halfway house between Warlock and Hunter. So, yeah, no, Vivi, you're right. I know I love my Warlock. But, you know, the trouble when you've got the three characters is when you jump between all three, you oftentimes forget that you've got the different jumps and stuff. So let's just tidy up any missing bits and pieces, any stuff here. Then let's have a look at the old clan menu. As you can see, it's full. There are 100 members in the rock stars. Yep, it is my clan, and they've been busy. They've done all the good stuff except for raiding. We don't tend to see a lot of that in the clan. So I think I've collected all of those. Those of you that don't really play Destiny often may or may not know that if you are in a clan, and your clan complete things like playing Crucible together, Nightfall together, Raids and Gambit together, you get an engram, which is usually quite a high level, and they're all free to go and collect from the lady, which I call the Budgie Woman. She's not called that, she's called Hawthorne, but she has a big bird on her shoulder. So, but I think I've collected everything there. So my hunter, I've maxed out on the battle pass, as they call it. I'm at max 100 here. I've actually gone up to 102, but as I've said, I haven't played for a couple of weeks. I've been playing Death Stranding and then obviously Far Cry 6 this week. But we'll go down and check out what's going on. Let's see if there's anything flashing down here. I don't think there is. I think I do need to complete. No, I think I may have finished the Shattered Realm on this character. Yeah, so I still need to get some champions done. That's my favourite part of the latest season, the Dreaming City stuff, which is the astral alignment. It's pretty cool. Queen Rach, hello. Oh, thank you, my lover. So sweet of you. Yeah, he was a genuinely lovely guy, and funnily enough, gaming is connected because when his kids were really young and they're all grown up and run their own businesses now, I used to go around and set their Commodore Amiga up, and I used to take a load of my games around for them to play and stuff. And back in the day, bless him. Right, so we could do a bit of astral alignment, but that's so kind of you. Thank you for renewing. It's really really sweet. And or we can go and do some Gambit, or we can go and do or a Shattered Realm. I actually really like the Shattered Realm. We'll do that. So if you guys haven't been playing the latest season, there's a kind of an ongoing story which is connected to a couple of the updates of a couple updates back, which I won't spoil for you, and this won't spoil it for you either, because I tend to jump in on a Tuesday, do this, which progresses the narrative for this season, and then jump out. I'm not overly worried about progressing my character now because it's reached max light level. The only way to get it higher than that is to play the heck out of the game and do raids and stuff as well. And there's so much around to play at the moment that I'm not overly worried. So we go into the Taken realm, the Dark realm, where everything is this monochrome colour, which I appreciate is a bit boring to look at, but it's actually quite a challenge because there's no colour to guide you. Everything is really dark. And in this, you start this particular challenge by following these lights. But it can catch you unawares. Sometimes you aren't too sure where you need to go. And I'm playing on a 1440 monitor. I believe, and I stand to be corrected, but I believe Stadia is 1440 on, Destiny is 1440 on Stadia. Now I'm using this gun, not that it's my favourite or anything, but I'm trying to upgrade it at the moment to get a bunch of additional features. So it's actually pretty good. It freezes stuff, which means they don't attack you back while you're trying to kill them. But let me see how we're progressing on that in actual fact. So it's called the Aegis Scepter. It's an exotic. And wow, Ray, 4:20 in the morning. You haven't stopped, man, have you? We love you too, my friend. Bless you. But I was watching Ray first thing this morning, playing in Far Cry 6 with William, Stadia Pro Gaming. So let's have a look over here. My catalyst. It's called a catalyst. So we've got to kill a load of enemies with the gun, and I've only achieved 39% progress. I've been doing this for weeks. It takes forever. I mean, a kill is like point something of a percent. So that's why when I'm just doing a load of kills like you do in this particular challenge, I tend to use that gun because it just helps to build that catalyst up. But my next favourite gun is my fusion rifle because it does an enormous amount of damage. It melts through them, but again, you may not know this, since the recent update, what they call kinetic weapons, so that's hand cannons and auto rifles, they all have, for the first time ever in the history of Destiny, infinite ammo. You don't have to go and keep finding ammunition for your gun, which is pretty cool. But for something like a fusion rifle, which is a high-powered gun, they don't let you. So, oops, Windows just... I accidentally hit my keyboard and Windows jumped in there. So you only, as you can see, 5 is all I have left. So I'm looking out for little green bricks of ammo, which, coincidentally, you can't really see because it's this monochrome colour. So anything that drops, I just tend to go and pick it up. But in the meantime, I've got my little freezing weapon, so I can take these guys out, try and clear some of these little fellas. And also, because I'm playing this on Stadia, full confession, I don't actually have the unlocked season pass. I wanted to buy it, but I'd already paid for it because a lot of my chums of my old Destiny clan boys and girls were all in PlayStation. So I thought when the new season came out back in the day, the last update, which was probably, I don't know, a year ago now, I thought actually what I would do is I will get the season pass on PlayStation because it's free to play everywhere else, so it's not like I can't play it on Destiny. But it means that the very latest subclass is not available to me, which is my favourite one. So it looks like it's given me Arc, which is okay, and I've got my super, so I can go in and do some damage in a second. But normally I like to throw the little icicles that the new subclass gives you from a distance, but I can't do that with this one. This just gives me a punch. Ah, there's a little green brick. Oh, blew it up. So what I really love, and why I love this this particular what do you call it, endeavour in the new update, or the most recent season update, is because it's full of little surprises. There's actually lots of hidden stuff which you can't find until you progress. So you've got to do it a few times to unlock some stuff, and then you can find little hidden paths, little secret puzzles to do, which I think I've done most of them, but that's a dangerous thing to say where Bungie and Destiny are concerned, because they love to hide stuff, little Easter eggs and little secret puzzles and stuff, which the community can go for months, the Destiny community, before discovering. So it's very dangerous for me to say I think I've found them all, but I've certainly found, oh look at that, I've gone up to 103. I've certainly found a good proportion of them, and we'll have a look when I've completed this. We're at 91%, which means the boss should be out. There's a big yellow fella. Where be? Here he is. I've got to be watching out for him because his shield is nasty. What we'll do is we'll pop the old super, go in and give him some stick with the stick. Here he goes. Am I going to get it done before I run out of that yellow bar? I'm going to be close. I'm going to be very close. Not close enough. We'll finish him off with this one. No, we won't. My fusion will take him out then. I ran out of ammo. Oops, wrong way. There he goes. Awesome. It's the end of him. Oh, we've got a wizard. I prefer to call them witches because they wear dresses and stuff. I know, in this day and age. That doesn't mean a thing, but I've always just thought that they look more like a witch than a wizard. Right, so now these little swords have become usable. I can't pick up any more heavy ammo, power ammo, because my rocket launcher's at max there. So what you can do then now, there's a few things. There are different swords. That one invokes True Sight, as you see. This one invokes a barrier breach. I don't know if it's got a slightly different bird or something on there. Yeah, it has. Now, if you watch this, so I'm going to invoke True Sight, but at the same time, I'm going to race over and invoke Barrier Breach. I've gone invisible, doesn't really matter. As I come down here, you see these little secret pathways suddenly appear. This is True Sight doing this. Right, can I got enough jumps to get up there? Yes, I do. Am I going to run out of time? Possibly. And I can jump into here and collect this thing, which is just some currency. Now this is clear. If I leave this for the 17 seconds that it's counting down on the left, there will be a wall appear and I won't be able to escape, and I actually need to invoke it again from somewhere. I think I'll drop down here, but we can get out because we've got loads of time. And that's what I love about this challenge, is these little secret hidden things. And there was one it's still there, it's still active. You see up there, there's actually some wizards and looks like a statue. Well, if I invoke True Sight here, that should set a path in motion, which it did. Now, I've just dropped off. No! What I also needed to do was to get rid of that misty stuff, because that stops you from jumping. And there is actually another one of these somewhere which does that. I don't think it's this side. I think it's around the other side, and you have to quickly do it, race all the way up, and then you can jump up. It's not active inside here, so you can get away with it. But down around here somewhere, you see it slows you right down. You can't do any jumps. You can sort of go up a little bit. There you go. Suppress the field of strife, and it is a strife. Right, here we go. Now we're going to put some pace in, jump over all this stuff, see if we can get there. Well, we've got 10 seconds left. Are we going to get there in time? I don't know that we're going to. We've got 7 seconds left. Am I going to be able to get this going and jump up on there with the 4 seconds? That's all I've got to do this in. Come on, Rokk, you can do it. Yes! Look at that. I had no seconds left. Oh, no. I'm just... Whoa. I've got to get up there. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. There we go. Right. Look at that. We made it. But we're going to run out of True Sight in 14 seconds. So we better be darn quick. And there we go. Right, now then. Up here, we've got to take out these fellas. And it may well be that the puzzle that was here a couple of weeks ago may have gone. But until I take these guys out, I won't be able to look properly, because they'll do some damage and I won't be alive to have a check. Right, okay, they're done. It actually still is here. Okay, so what you do is you pick up your relic, thus, and at last you can, you're in third person, so it actually makes it a bit easier. There goes, you've got to follow that light, but your pathway's gone. So we'll invoke True Sight again, but we'll go a different way this time. I don't know that I actually need to go this way, to be fair, but we'll do it anyway, because it's a wee shortcut, I think. Yep. Okay, that's good. It's easier to see where you're in third person because you can see where you're going to fall as you jump. Right, okay, follow the light.